Within 2 months, this house will be purchased for no money out of pocket and be a cash flowing rental for years to come. Hey everyone, it's McKeown. I'm back again today. We are going to be doing a walkthrough of a property that I actually gave you guys a little bit of an insight on my last video. If you've watched my $2 million portfolio video, I went over it at the end. Technically, we don't have this house under contract yet, so I'm not going to go into nitty-gritty numbers, but I will explain to you just what my plans are with this house and give you a quick walkthrough of it. Hey yo. All right guys, just a quick rundown on this property. I actually got connected to the individual that inherited the property. It is in probate and has been in probate essentially for all of 2020. Got connected at the beginning of 2020. It's now February of 2021. Finally to the point where they're about one more hearing away from finalizing the transfer of deed over to the individuals that inherited the property. At that point, we've already agreed to numbers, we've already agreed to a purchase, and it's just going to be a quick cash transaction that then turns into a remodel. Eventually, my plan is to remodel it and turn it into a rental property. The situation here is there is a significant amount of work that needs to be done. It likely wouldn't even pass traditional financing. So I'm actually going to be borrowing money from a good friend of mine. This would be the same as borrowing money from a private money lender or a hard money lender. In this case, it's a close friend. So I'm actually going to be saving a little bit off the top versus if I just went hard money. So I'll be able to take a loan out, have more than 20% equity in the property, and I'll have absolutely none of my money into the property itself. There is signs of foundation movement across the house. So you can kind of see up here on the ceiling, you can see sheetrock starting to peel away from the crown molding at the top. The biggest expense here is going to be fixing the foundation. The rest in terms of the house itself is in pretty good condition. There are some places that need to be updated, but planning on about $30,000 to $40,000 in rehab costs. In this case, I'm gonna get foundation work done. It'll have a warranty, and moving forward, I will be taken care of. All right, so coming in from the garage here, I haven't totally decided if I wanna knock this wall out and make the kitchen just a little bit more open. It will save costs, and honestly, it's not gonna bring a ton more in rent if I do. A lot of the kitchen itself is in pretty good condition comparatively to the rest of the house. Once you walk a little bit past the kitchen, this is the formal dining space. The dining area does have a ton of natural light from all of these windows. Coming in here, this is your living space. You've got a fireplace and access to the exterior. Down this other hallway is the rest of the bedrooms and bathrooms. You do have one bedroom here, and then you have a Jack and Jill bathroom that feeds to the other secondary bedroom. So 2 bedrooms and a full bath here. And the last bedroom at the end of this hallway is the primary bedroom. It's kind of a little bit unique. It has 2 separate doors here. I would say this is probably gonna be expense number 2. It is pretty dated, and we're probably gonna be busting out this entire wall right here to make it more open and just update this bathroom entirely. So we've got 2 bathrooms that definitely need to be updated, and the foundation, those are gonna be the biggest costs here. The rest are gonna be minor cosmetic upgrades. So some of you guys may be familiar with the term, the Burr Method. The Burr Method is buy, rehab, refinance, rent, and repeat. Essentially what your plan is to purchase a property and really be, at the end of the day, out the door with no cost out of pocket for you. So if you followed my journey with me purchasing a house, building it from the ground up, I'm gonna be doing kind of a similar series with this house. So probably in the next month or 2, I'm hoping to finally have this property purchased. At that point, I'll kind of go over the numbers in terms of the nitty gritty to kind of give you an idea of where I stand and what my projected rehab budget is. Obviously, if you watch HGTV or if you watch anyone on YouTube, the total rehab budget hardly ever winds up actually being what you predict. So stay tuned for that to see if I can actually stay on budget. But I have a lot of cushion here in terms of unexpected expenses that may pop up. At the end of the day, my plan is to get this rent ready, have a tenant move in, and location wise, this is probably the furthest out that I would go in terms of purchasing a property in my local area. But with the numbers as good as they are and the property being in overall a pretty good shape outside of the foundation and updates, I'm gonna enjoy this property hopefully for the next decade or 2. So if you're interested in following the journey here, make sure to like and subscribe. This is honestly a little bit out of my comfort zone, to be honest with you. I mainly just purchase straight rental properties. This will be purchasing a property renovating it and then turning it into a rental property. I've done plenty of rehab in the past. However, the past rehab that I've done on properties have really just been to increase the rent, stuff that's already been currently renting, and improving them to get even more rent. In this case, this house will not even rent as is. It needs to certainly get a facelift and the foundation needs to be addressed prior to cash flowing at all. But the intent is definitely to get this thing up and running as soon as possible, to get a tenant in place and hold this property for the future.